I think what's been really exciting as we talk about the transition of this out of my career but into the role is that, as you said, the causes that have been very important to me I can focus even more energy on, because very early out of the gate I think you realize once you have access or a voice that people are willing to listen to, with that comes a lot of responsibility, which I take seriously. And it was really one of the first things we connected on. It was one of the first things we started talking about when we met, was just the different things that we wanted to do in the world and how passionate we were about seeing change. I think that was, that's what got date 2 in the books, probably.
Plenty to talk about.
My name is Harry, I'm from London.
Meghan Markle here.
Today is October 16, 2023. It is 11:01 p.m. So this is like the third video. It was supposed to be for the 17th, but I'm starting early. So I had my list ready. Throughout the day I was sharing some stuff. Okay, so let's get going. I need to finish early because now I'm going to the gym. I need to start making my gym kind of thing more of a routine, like a habit. Alright, so 614 subs. I'm in the wrong one. Okay, so this is my other channel, our part of Pure Service. Let's see, in terms of where I'm at to be on the monetization program, I'm almost there. I have 2,461 public watch hours, so I'm almost there. I need about what? About 539 more public watch hours. Alright, so if people were watching like on my other channel, I would have reached that already, because I had some really good videos out regarding the mental health day. So I think tomorrow I have another video. Yeah, I have this one. It's only 13 minutes. I didn't do a thumbnails for it, but anyway, so let's go to my other channel. This is this channel that I'm doing this video for. 3,386 subscribers. Throughout the day, this had changed. Some people, I think, were kind of upset with this video. They were unsubscribed, but I guess they subscribe again, or maybe new people found out. But anyway, all right, $348.48. Let's go to my, okay, I usually show this as well. That's the back end. The last 48 hours, 3,649 views and 3,386. All right, so let's go on Twitter. This is my first tweet. It's not this one I really want to talk about. This is about Omid's book, but there was a comment under this tweet that I bookmarked to share with you, which was this one, which I responded to. All right, so pretty much what Jody was saying here, a true squatty. All right, squatties, please consider buying Scobie's new book. I don't care about the leftovers, but Omid has always been fair when writing about Harry and Meghan. Let's help make his new book a New York Times bestseller too. All right, so this is Omid's book. It's coming out in November. All right, so she retweeted Omid's tweet. I have book news. Endgame, a penetrating investigation into the future of the royal family, will be released globally on November 21st, 2023. Can't wait for y'all to read it. All right, so throughout the year, he sometimes tweet about it. I don't share it because it's not major news. So when something come out within the comment section, people are asking him, are you there? Like, for instance, last week, was he in New York to report about the Sussexes? And he will say, no, I'm recording the audio or something. He will give little hint here and there about the book. All right. So this is the part that I bookmark. Okay. So she's saying here, we found out his old book was written mostly by KP. What can he write that wasn't covered by Spare? I say save your money and borrow from a library, or at least wait until a squaddy reviews it before buying it. So I want to cover my, okay, I can't see this one. So let's read down until I get to mine. Okay. So this one I cannot see. So that's Joe Diva, the squaddy who made the first original tweet. Okay, that's why I support him. The members of the voter hate him because he doesn't bash Harry and Meghan, and we need to show them that being fair and reporting without favor is the real moneymaker. Okay, that's a good one here. It wasn't written by KP. JK, Jason Kenoff, is responsible for false information. He isn't writing a book about Harry and Meghan. Information share and spare is Harry's experience. This book is about royal family and the monarchy's attempt for survival. The title gives it away. Endgame. Okay, he's been in the industry so long, so I don't really believe he was deceived. This was a book written that tactic permission from the royal family, so in essence, it's written by KP. He's been sidelined since his last book as well, so he'll share what we've all seen and heard. In one tweet, he said something about because he's trying to stay as neutral. That was sometime in the middle of the year, could have been sometime last year, where he said he tried not to cover Harry and Meghan anymore as much because they people take him as if he is the spokesperson for them when he's not. He's just reporting facts based on his perspective. He did say it in one tweet. I didn't share this with you because, like I said, not everything he put, I didn't think that was news at that time. But now reading some of the comments here, it made me reflect on some of the things he tweets about. Okay, let's see here. Sideline. Okay, bye. All right, so there's me here. And I said, true in a way. Remember, this is the one that I'm responding to. We found out his old book was written mostly by KP. What can he write that wasn't ordered by Spare? That wasn't covered by Spare? And this is my response to him. True in a way, but keep in mind, Jason Kenoff was double agent in my humble opinion. Meghan Markle could have answered Omid's question, but Egg probably review the answers and tell JK to tell Omid something different. Meghan Markle trusted Jason Kenoff. Jason Kenoff was supposed to keep information between her private. Jason Kenoff volunteered to testify against her without being asked. These are court documents. Okay, by now some of you who follows me should know about these things here. All right, so this is an email that Meghan sent to Jason Kenoff asking him to meet, to set a schedule to meet with her. Within that tweet, she said here, will you have time to talk this afternoon? Would love to debrief a few things, discuss the Omid Scobie book and their outreach, because Omid tried to reach to Meghan to answer some question. Okay, so this is the thing here. That's the book that the person is making reference to. But most importantly, figure out some sort of an action plan to ensure my mom's safety from these egress paps. Okay, this was around the time where many of the squaddies were very upset of what was happening, and Meghan was worried about her mother, and she didn't know the tactic that was being planned against her. So she contacted Jason because Jason was her communication, part of her communication team. So she contacted him, let's talk about certain things. So here, this is where she said, this is the part that's very important to the tweet. Will you have some time to talk this afternoon? Would love to debrief a few things, discuss the Omid Scobie book. Okay, so that's this one. And then we have here, okay, feel free to pause. I'm not going to read it again. And several occasions, this is text messages between Meghan and Jason Kenoff. And this is where Meghan is contacting him again to talk about the father. This is where she also explained all her plan. Okay, this is the trust that she had with Jason Kenoff, discussing her plan to respond to her father, who keeps on talking to the media.
Was with American media, I think, and the whole thing was a plan to actually mess up the wedding.
And this is where, in this paragraph here, she said, you know, I'm gonna do this letter and I'm gonna send it to some friend. I'm paraphrasing, feel free to pause. Okay, I'm gonna send a letter to my father, but I'm not gonna send it with my information directly. I'm gonna send it to a friend, and then the friend is gonna, you know, father. Okay, in several occasions, she said to him she wants to keep that private. And then in the last part here, which I highlight, okay, this is Jason Kenoff says something here. Instead of speaking, okay, I think really strong. The only thing I think is essential. Okay, that's where he's making, giving her a little hint of what to add into the to her message, because she sent him the original draft, and then he read it and he said to add certain things. Okay, and here, somewhere here, I don't know, I cannot find it, where Jason asked, can I discuss it with somebody? And in this paragraph, this is where Megan said no. Also, I would prefer if this was not shared in any way with Sam Cohen, as I initially said, which was somewhere here. Okay, so don't share this with anybody. At first, this was said, do not share with anybody. And then here, Jason asked, can I share it with this person? And Megan said no. Again, 2 different occasions. So that was between her and Jason. That was it. And then here, this is where I got the screenshot from the internet about to testify against Megan.
Please explain, what was the significance on the witness statement from Ed Verity, better known as Ted Verity?
Ted Verity, the editor of the Mail on Sunday, said in his signed witness statement that he had been given information that helped support Associated's case. He said this information came from a senior palace source, and he said in his witness statement this was, quote, not gossip or tittle-tattle.
What does that mean?
What it means is that a senior figure in the royal household, according to Mail on Sunday, was passing him information in order to help defeat the Duchess's case.
Okay, so that's that. Let's leave this one alone. Let's go to the next tweet. How many tweets do I have with? I have like 17 tweets. Oops. I have 17 tweets. So I just did this one, Omid's book. So now we're getting into different things now. Alright. How will I date this? Is it 17 or 16? Alright, next tweet. Royal UK claims the Sussexes are continuing to honor their duty to the king. Alright, so that's from Celebrity. I posted this on my community board. So all of a sudden, the royal family feel like Harry and Meghan are working for them. Alright? Because all their plan, all of their BS no longer works. So if you can fight them, join them. But Harry and Meghan are doing their thing. And I think Meghan have had enough. There's no way. What was it? Which interview that Harry was doing? And he didn't even think twice to respond. Where he said he's not going back. He's not going to go work for them anymore.
Is there a part of you that can see you and your family going back to the UK, becoming working royals with the monarchy?
I don't think it's ever going to be possible.
Alright, so I read this. I'll put the link in the description. I'm not gonna read it. Okay. It's because the royal family and its media flunkies have found out it's impossible to destroy Harry and Meghan like they did Diana. Not with the whole world watching, so we will do the next best thing. Hook our cause to theirs. We will curtail their popularity. So there's me here. Poor left behinders, not. I mean, they can be that dumb to know they, royal family, can produce to then trash the producers, Harry and Meghan. Royal family use their might, money, power, and shenanigans to destroy them. We met our prayers for Harry and Meghan. Karma is not going to forget the shit the royal family put Harry and Meghan through. It was unnecessary. Alright, so 5 people like that. I don't see any reciprocal support from Charles, so this statement sounds pretty meaningless, if not disingenuous. I think it's an important statement. It implies strongly that King Charles does not interpret Harry and Meghan's action and publication as betrayal. That noise is coming solely from KP and Adelaide. Maybe he's winning versus Camilla and the message. Okay, that's the cottage, I think. The house, one of those, either William or Kate stays. Let's see here. Show reply. Okay, Wade's alimony cottage. That's a good one. Yeah, it's one of those mention that they have. After this, that's it. Let me read bottom up. If you can't beat them, that's exactly what I was saying. If you can't beat them, join them. Royal family realizes they now have questions to answer, especially to Commonwealth. All their tricks to discredit and destroy her have failed, and now they want a piece of her and Harry. He's part of them, their working horse, something they forgot. Okay, the king is cloud chaser, lol. Okay, laughing my ass off. They need to delete that part because it's a lie. If they can remove the part about Frogmore, they can stop acting like the Sussexes ever said anything about honoring those demented racist people. They really should have accepted Harry and Meghan's proposal. Too late now. Yep, that's it. Yeah, what irks me about the royal biographies of Harry and Meghan is that it says they are working in North America, not consistent of 23 countries. If Harry and Meghan were living in Canada or the Caribbean, they royals wouldn't be so mad. But Harry and Meghan base is in the US, and the buff and the royal family just hate to admit that, lol. They are honoring people in the most basic fundamental way by giving them a voice, standing beside them as a support beam, and shining a light on issues that needs addressing. This is giving to us freely from their hearts. The royal family now wants that recognition through their hard work. I mean, the stage is theirs. I'm talking about the royal family. They have a huge platform. They could do the same thing. But instead, what they're copying is the exterior thing. The clothes, the hair, the makeup, and all these non-essential things. But there's Harry and Meghan doing the work. Why can't they do the same thing?
Well, you know, I feel a really big responsibility. Like if you have this kind of job and you have an opportunity to have a profile where people are listening to what you're saying, I really truly think you need to be saying something that's valuable. So yes, you can talk about like, where did Rachel get that pencil skirt? Fine, sure, we can have that conversation. But I'd also like to talk about
women's rights.
Women's rights and like my work with UN Women or with World Vision or humanitarian trips or just really bolstering self-esteem that has nothing to do with the external.
But what I remind him is that no matter what you want to be when you grow up, it's your character that matters most. And
their feelings, meaning the royal family's feeling, is not really into any of the things that they claim they're getting all this money for. So they're not really generous about anything that they're doing. Next tweet. The Duchess' official title are the Duchess of Sussex, Countess of Dunbarton, and Baroness Kilkeel, but most of all, wife to Prince Harry, Duke of Sussex, and mother of Prince Archie and Princess Lilibet of Sussex. Alright, so there's that. So that's from the royal family website, and the squad are tearing the statement that they put out apart and highlighted certain parts of the statement. So there's that here from the royal family website. The title police can cry all they want. There's the laugh here about the Duchess of Sussex. I read this on my last video. Pause and read it. Okay, so I think the last part here, this is where they mention the title. Again, pause and read. The Duchess' official title are the Duchess of Sussex, Countess of Dunbarton, and Baroness Kilkeel. Alright, so these are all Harry's title, which Harry doesn't give a shit about. Okay? So because of Harry, Meghan has, that title as well. The same thing with that Left Behind royal, the doormat. Alright, not the same title, but a higher level of title because of William. Alright, so let's see here. Crimea River, there's the laugh here. The squad are just having fun with this. Okay, so there's me here. Okay, I think the royal family just told the derangers to sit down. We, royal family, got it from here, and where they will still fail again. Alright, meaning the royal family. Because now the derangers, have done enough for them. Okay, they realized that the Avengers stuff no longer work, so they got it from here. So they update their website to say this is the title and everything else. And then the royal family is just telling them, sit down now. Okay, most of all, mother to 2 children who she's barely seen recently thanks to all the holiday. Oh, please. Please. I'm telling you, these people, they have to they have to make up some shit. They have to. What was it? The Invictus. Meghan went later to the Invictus. Why? Because she was setting up things, make sure everything was in order. You think she would do all of that and not set things in order? We don't see the pictures of the kids. Who knows? The kids could easily be with them. Okay, a good mom protects her kids from the ever-hungry vultures waiting to make money off of their pictures, unlike some who sell their souls and kids to the devil. Why? Which shows she got what she wanted. Well done, Meghan. I mean, it's not what she wanted. It was always there. It's just the most important thing. This is what the squad said over here. The most important thing is the wife of Prince Harry and the kids.
It is my distinguished honor to introduce someone that I think you'll all be very excited to hear from. He has also spent many late nights and early mornings planning for these games to make them as perfect as possible for each of you. I could not love and respect him more, and I know that all of you feel the same, because he is your fellow veteran, having served 2 tours of duty in Afghanistan and 10 years of military service. He's the founder of the Invictus Games and the father to our 2 little ones, Archie and Lily. Please welcome my incredible husband, Prince Harry, the Duchess of Sussex.
Being a mom is the most important thing in my entire life, and outside, of course, being a wife to this one.
To be the mother to the kids, which she had said during the World Mental Health Day. She said that while she was on stage. So all this is just nonsense. Are these titles working for her here? No, they mean nothing to her. Oh my goodness. Okay, I read that, which shows she. Okay, that's the one I just said. Yep, a loving UK royal prince who moved continent for her because he loves her. Even the Queen and King of England couldn't stop that. Okay, so this is someone that I black. Yes, keep waiting for them to sell their kids' pictures. There's the laugh here. So this is someone I black, so I don't even need to read that. Right, let's black this so I could see. Okay, there's a C. Yes, the eyes, that's what I said, see. Okay, I'm wondering if she could even find Sussex on the map. Please, okay, have either of them been bothered to go there? Okay, these are the things you tell your other ones. The ones who's getting all the other titles of whatever. Harry does what needs to be done. Okay, let me read the comments here. Okay, what kind of grammar is this? Please reread. And I'm not gonna bash anybody on Twitter for the grammar, because there's limited amount of character they give you to do your thing, so whatever. With that being said, let's move on to the next one. I think it's something else regarding Tyler Perry. So I think there's one that has a video of Tyler Perry. Is that this one? I didn't listen to it. Yep, that's that one. Okay, quote, I saw my mother be abused for years, to use the institution to do all the things a batterer would do. We are gonna cut off your money. We are gonna leave you without security. We are gonna do all those things to make you comply and come back. Tyler Perry. Alright, so 41 seconds. Let's listen.
Saw my mother be abused for years. I knew the symptoms. I knew what it was like. And like, Tyler, how dare you compare this to the abuse of your mother? This woman was abused, and so was he.
Yeah.
They're trying to upset
the Queen will be feeling very let down and very angry.
Totally
had no idea that the statement was coming.
To use the institution to try and do all the things that a batterer would do, like, oh, here's what we're going to do. We're going to cut off the money. We're going to not leave you security. We're going to do all those things to make you comply and come back. And for the both of them to have the wherewithal to say, I don't give a damn if it's the palace. I'm out of here. I applauded that.
Yep.
Saw.
I call this cutting off his wings, and then they tell him to fly. That's the way I put it. Yeah, pretty much that's the way I sums it up. Alright, let's read some of the comments. Okay, same thing they did with Wallis Simpson, aka Duchess of Windsor, including her HRH title too, along with exile. Let me see here. Okay, Wallis was never on HRH. Yep, and same thing with Diana, except she was unalive. And any strong woman who says no to the abuse is set up like the back of the wolves, unleashed and fox hunt. Alright, they all are baggage for God. When the royal family cut off Harry and Meghan like they did and then do a damn thing to help Harry and Meghan against the British media, I lost respect for the royal family. Okay, what was even worse was they did it to Harry his whole life. That's true in a way. That is true. I will not say his whole life. I will say after his mom died. Okay? After his mom... Oh, that's too big. After his mom died. Yeah, we really do not talk enough about how they try to handicap Harry from being an independent, functioning adult, right down to telling him the money he got for clothes could only be spent on work clothes. So when he was... Okay, let's read this. So when he was working, he looked halfway decent, but when he was on his off time, he was walking around with whatever he could scrape together to afford. It helped create a visual narrative around Harry, so whenever he was photographed on his personal time, he looked slovenly. Like that was his real personality showing up in how he dressed. That fed into the not too bright, unserious party boy narrative. It was diabolical, the level to this. That is what shocked me the most. The fact that belittling abuse is factored into the agenda from the day the spare is born, and everything is done to reinforce the said spare, that they only exist so the heir can thrive. It's disgusting, really. It is. That's a nice little thread she put here. Well, this is someone who responded to her thread here. Okay, so let's see some of the comment here. Okay, you are a human being, period. Okay, lovely Tyler Perry. 1001% plus. There's the clap. Well said, enough is enough. At Tyler Perry. That's a different language. My husband always considered monarchy worthless welfare abusers living in palaces and eating cake off the backs of their subjects. Then when he saw Harry stand up and basically say, take this job and shove it, he applauded. Harry is his own man now. Nothing spare about him. Okay. After this, that's it. The next one is an ad. Okay, I'm going to watch again Tearful and Painful Journey by Harry and Meghan, but happy they chose their mental health and being. Okay, so let's go to the next tweet. Okay, this one is also about Tyler Perry as well. Okay, let's pause. Charles and the royal family are getting desperate. They are trying to attach themselves to Harry and Meghan's success after removing their security, putting their lives in danger. Thank you, Tyler Perry, for keeping Harry, Meghan, and Archie safe. Okay? I mean, when those kids get older, to see what their parents went through, oh my goodness. And, the best thing is the kids have no clue. They have no clue. They're just being kids. This is what the good part of it. They're just being kids. But at some point, they will know. They will know. All this documentation of things is good to put it on record. Because the tabloid, the royal rats, were running rampant without any boundaries. Saying nonsense after nonsense, nonsense.
To
justifiably cruel to them.
Well, Tess,
yes.
Let me just pick you up again, because facts are important. I know you like a narrative, but facts are important. When I broke the story about the move from Toronto to Los Angeles, COVID had already struck and Canada was about to be locked down. And my royal sources expressed, and including people close to the Queen, real disappointment that Harry and Meghan decided to flee to Hollywood rather than come back to their beautiful £3 million publicly renovated cottage mansion at Windsor. They had a choice, Tess. They chose to turn their back on the United Kingdom in the middle of an unprecedented health crisis to go and set up shop at some $18 million mansion owned by Tyler Perry in Hollywood. So that is the fact.
Turn the narrative. What does that say about Britain and the British press? Let's not put all the blame on Meghan and Harry. Perhaps she didn't feel that welcome in the first place. We've already discussed the disparities.
Do you have any idea what the Hollywood press is like?
I think they're probably more gentle on Meghan than we were.
Oh, well, you're delusional. You obviously haven't read TMZ lately. I mean, if you think that any Hollywood actor gets an easier time from the press and Los Angeles.
I have a lot of sympathy.
But I have sympathy for Meghan.
I thought we were talking about Camilla, but then...
yeah, we are talking about Camilla. And actually, can I move the conversation?
And they continue. They continue with their nonsense. My goodness. Did I read it for keeping? Yeah, I did. All right, so let's listen. 1 minute and 41 seconds.
It did not have a plan. Everyone's like, oh, there was no plan.
Look at the dogs.
He's like, my house is safe and I'll make sure you have security and you take your time. And I was like, we only need to stay for like a week. We can stay for just a week and then we can find somewhere that we can live. And he's like, you're not going to stay for a week. You're going to stay as long as you need. And I'm going to get you there safely. And I'm going to keep you there safely.
And Canada was about to be locked down. And my royal sources expressed, and including people close to the Queen, real disappointment that Harry and Meghan decided to flee to Hollywood rather than come back to their beautiful £3 million publicly renovated cottage mansion.
Wow.
Until you have somewhere to go.
And meanwhile, what she was doing, she was riding the bench while she was trying to get herself together. That book alone, while I'm assuming at Tyler Perry's house, part of what's helped them buy the new house. All right, so let's listen. They needed that break. They really...
For the first 6 weeks that we were here, we were able to walk around like this. And the two of us would be up here, you know, actually sort of like we were out.
You know the clothes that Meghan is wearing now? I think it's the same clothes. It could be, maybe not. Let me see. Okay, sorry, sidetrack. Okay, I was thinking maybe it's the same thing as this one. No, I don't think so. Never mind. I know you guys don't like when I interrupt like that. Okay, let me move it back slightly.
For the first 6 weeks that we were here, we were able to walk around like this. And the two of us would be up here, you know, actually sort of like we were out walking on here, the dogs running around.
You hadn't seen the house, just video of it.
We saw you filming from the gate up to your door, and seeing the big fountain there. We're like, that'll do.
I don't know if this mentioned it, is the part with the stripper pole that's in the house.
Horrible taste in that big round bed, stripper poles and everything.
It wouldn't have happened. We were desperate to find someone, desperate to be somewhere for, you know, a long settle. To settle. We had 13 suitcases.
Wow.
I remember. You said stay as long as you need to, and like maybe we just stay forever.
Good boy, guy.
13 suitcases.
Get a little slice of freedom. Hard feeling my love. And for the director.
Just bliss. Because no one knew we were there.
Wow. They went through so much. They went through so much. Oh, so there's more. Let's listen here. This one is a bit longer. There will be a screenshot in between because it will be considered as copyright, okay? The audio is what really matters. Okay, the Rangers and Royalists like to rewrite history. Charles put their lives in danger on purpose. All I can say is thank God for the Harry and Meghan's documentary and Spare. Yes, Charles is a shitty father. He is much worse than Thomas Markle. To a certain extent, yeah.
Hi, so we're here on Wednesday the something of March. These next few months is when we're going to be at our most vulnerable, when the press will no doubt create some sort of feeding frenzy.
The Duke of Sussex stepping off his plane, as you can see there, with a number of questions.
Yeah, I have that picture.
Will they still get royal protection when they live overseas?
By the time that I got back from the UK after that March trip, the whole place was completely surrounded.
Wow.
Boats in the water, cars up the drive, individuals trying to jump over the fence and take photographs of
My
the wall.
God.
It was, I'd never experienced that before.
You can have this altercation.
I know. I just realised who it was, and I've just.
You
I've
didn't. You're
stopped,
out
yes.
here looking for us. Don't.
I was
pretend.
actually. No, I didn't. I haven't been near the house. I've not been. I promise you, I've not been near your house. I'm not going to lie.
Yes, you are. How dare you behave like you've done my children? How
I have
dare
not.
you?
I have not
You are
done
stalking
anything.
around here looking for us and our children. I'm out for a
I'm
quiet
gonna walk.
bike ride with my children on
That's fine.
Saturday,
That's fine.
and you won't even give me your name. You're outrageous. You're disgusting. You really are. You can have this altercation.
My
I'm
God.
asking, would they remove our security? I said they'll never do that. Meghan's background, her heritage, the well-documented hate campaigns against us, suspicious packages being sent to the palaces, specifically with her name on or my name on. She said, do you think they'll ever do it? I said, no, they would never do that. And they did it.
Wow.
They decided our security to be removed on the 31st of March, thereby leaving me less than 3 weeks to find security for my family. And I'm worried. I am genuinely concerned for the safety of my family.
Wow.
And then just like that, this thing called COVID.
Officials now say more than 400 people have been sick.
When you think about it, as much as COVID was like the worst thing that happened in my lifetime because millions of people died due to some who refused to listen. But that sort of, when you look at in Harry and Meghan's perspective, it gives them a break, a breather to get away from all of those nonsense. Okay? God work in a mysterious way. In a mysterious way. I mean, when you look at everything, how everything sort of boiled down to one specific time, it's like, my goodness, God is something. God is something. You know? For those who lost their loved ones during COVID time, I'm sorry about that. But may your loved one rest in peace, and may you find comfort to ease your pain. It's not easy to lose a loved one, but I'm taking this into a different perspective of things. Okay? So let's continue.
When our location was exposed, we knew our security was being pulled. Everyone in the world knew where we were.
Justifiably cruel to them.
Well, Tis,
Yes.
let me just pick you up again, because facts are important. I know you like a narrative, but facts are important. When I broke the story
Just
about the
single-handedly,
move
Dan.
from Toronto to Los Angeles, COVID had already struck and Canada was about to be locked down. And my royal sources expressed, and including people close to the Queen, real disappointment that Harry and Meghan decided to flee to Hollywood rather than come back to their beautiful £3 million publicly renovated cottage mansion.
When our location was exposed, we knew our security was being pulled. Everyone in the world knew where we were, so we weren't going to be safe there.
The AP is now reporting Canadian Prime Minister Justin Trudeau's wife, Sophie, has tested positive for coronavirus.
They're going to close the border.
You know, in the future, regarding Justin Trudeau and his separation with the wife, I have a small suspicions about this. I do not know why. It has nothing with cheating or anything like that. Something tells me it's much bigger than that. I think it has to do with protection and other things. All right? In that aspect. Let's continue.
Without question, they're going to close the border in no time.
Stay. There comes a point when you're worried about what could happen next, and therefore you've got to do what I guess any husband and father would do, which is get the head out of there.
This is sad. Let's go. Is there more? Let's see if there's more here. Okay, Charles and his concubine Camilla Parker Bowles and Harry Yellowteeth brother Kane. Oh my God. Kane knew what they were doing. They were planning a funeral, which is why I didn't like Harry Bald Longteeth brother Kane and his wife Liberace Middleton. If there wasn't a documentation, then we will never have heard the truth about what really happened. Yeah, I remember, like I would say 2020, 2021. I will not say 2020. Maybe 21, 20, not even 22. 2021, I would say, leading up to 2022. I was saying the amount of lies that is being said, they need to write their own books or leave something, some sort of a documentation of the truth somewhere. If they are afraid to put the truth out there, leave it with some, I don't know, lawyers at some point in the future to put it out. And then a few months later, they come out and they start putting their side of the story out. Okay, the Oprah interview, Spare, and the documentation and docu-series and all of that. So, which is good. People need to know from their point of view. Okay, absolutely. Set up for murder. Yep, I think that's what it was. The chase in New York, all of that. Okay, so I went there. Tyler Perry will forever be my hero. It's forever thank you, Tyler Perry. And then it's not just Tyler Perry who's helping Harry and Meghan. There's other people, videos that I come across, young up and coming producers, people who's into the arts and the music and stuff like that. He helped them out. Okay, you will never know, because if those people then come out and say thank you to Tyler Perry and all of that, give their side of their story. Okay, there's this here responding to this. What was it? Charles and the royal family are getting desperate, and there's me here saying here, okay, this good. May they eliminate themselves for being stupid and cruel. Come out, do your thing. All right. When you alienated 4 families except one person, and your children aren't allowed to meet their grandparents and cousin, you know you're a huge success in working that parenting thing. What the hell is that? Okay, yeah. What are the odds that everyone but one person out of the 4 families is toxic? It's them. Okay, if you think it's them, well, like I've said, in order for you to understand their pain, you have to go through it. That's the only way. Lately, and nobody can seem to, I will not say nobody, a good portion of society can't seem to wrap their head and understand somebody's situation. So in order for you to understand it, you have to go through it. Okay, normalize cutting of toxic family. Exactly. That's that. Let's go back. Okay, this forever thank you, Tyler Perry. I read this. Okay, what you do is remove the oxygen and the hope that it forces the individuals to return with their tails between their legs and beg. It could still happen, but no one can say that they didn't give it a good go to remain unsupported and thrive. For that, I will always respect Harry. That's true. Tyler Perry is a true king, self-made and generous. Thank God. Tyler Perry is an angel and humane form. Sussexes live through so much trauma early in their marriage. Harry's father piled it up by pulling their security without warning. Yeah. Okay, Harry told when the SEC team was ready to leave, their location was divulged. An average family would have been suspected of intentional endangered lives. Okay, Tyler Perry is an absolute hero. Tyler Perry is Lily's godfather. Lucky girl. This man will always have her back, her and Archie. Okay, after this, that's it. Sometime you have to speak up. My pastor always said people can't walk over you or ride your back if you stand up. All the haters will then fall off. I don't know. That's true. Okay, what the agent Tyler is. This what Charles is good for, using his tongue rather than being a father. Oh, that's just nasty. All right, so let's go to the next one. I paused it. I paused it on the wrong one too. Let's go to the next tweet. Okay, so there's that. They never expected Prince Harry will continue to stay with his wife because they will abandon their wives for royal comfort. That is true. There's me here. That's a GIF. Let's pause it. Okay, he did say, paraphrasing, and I'll put the clip where he said that. Okay, he did say, paraphrasing, I don't always get it right, but this one, there was no other option. He made it clear he's not walking away from the people of UK. That's supposed to be of UK. All he wanted to do was to serve the Queen Military Association without public funding. But the royal family fucked that up. He wanted to work for free. and they denied it. All right, so that's that.
The decision that I have made for my wife and I to step back is not one I made lightly. It was so many months of talks after so many years of challenges. And I know I haven't always gotten it right, but as far as this goes, there really was no other option. What I want to make clear is we're not walking away, and we certainly aren't walking away from you. Our hope was to continue serving the Queen, the Commonwealth, and my military associations, but without public funding. Unfortunately, that wasn't possible. I've accepted this, knowing that it doesn't change who I am or how committed I am. But I hope that helps you understand what it had come to, that I would step my family back.
There's two comments on there. The major difference is Prince Harry loves his wife and wants to be with her and his children. Prince Harry is not the typical royal man. If he was, he would have married a yes woman who does not have a mind of her own. They never expect that he will meet someone who will love him as a person and that he'll give that same love in return. This is the fatal flaw of a rigid system where duty is more important than humanity. That's a very good point too. Okay, no question. The smartest thing Prince Harry ever did was to choose intimacy and connection with the woman he loves and his children over cold statistic about his approval rating with the British public. That's true. I mean, when you think about it, he lived all his life, you know, being, I will not say single because he had girlfriends and all of that, but they all ran away from him because of his position, and the tabloid would not leave them alone. But when at the end of the day, leading to meeting Meghan, he was a single man, depressed, needed someone to share, you know, stories with and all of that. But they pretty much made the case for him. They made the case for him. Each time they closed a door and he turned to another door, and then he made it as perfect as possible for him. It wasn't easy of a choice, but he had to do it. They forced him to choose the other door, and the other door was the best option for him. And he left with Meghan, and now they, you know, whatever little time that they have together, they make the best of it. Okay, I read that. Royal comfort was shoes with holes in them, a hovel of a home, and being told he can't wear his earning military uniform. Royal comfort sound like welfare to me. I mean, sometimes, this person is true. I'm not arguing. But sometimes when you grew up on something, you don't know anything different. So it's normal to him. It's normal to him. Where did I read that? Was it in his book, Spare? When he went to, I believe, Courtney Cox's house. The actress, yes, friend, that Courtney Cox. There was a party at her house, and he was there. When he went to use the bathroom, you know, how well the latest technology in her bathroom, he was amazed by it. And he had to call his friend to come and look. This closed by itself, this did this and that. So they were not giving Harry the best of anything. Alright, so that's that. I don't know why I brought it up, but it crossed my mind. Okay, their mistake was thinking he was ever comfortable being the whipping boy for William. By trying to run her out, they were making his life an utter misery as well. So why would he put up with that? Most of them have been so coddled they can't survive in the outside world. Also, to be real, who want like easy money? That's true. Just that some will degrade themselves for it. We know who. These two said no. We'll lean on our own capabilities. And this is the thing that I keep on saying. The royal family. I mean, they didn't think that Harry will leave, but they know, the royal family themselves, they know for a fact. Okay, they could pretend to anybody. Okay, I could do this, I could do that. When you know, you just ask somebody to do it for you. But they know for a fact within themselves, I'm talking about the royal family, they cannot produce. Okay, let's say you leave them in a room, you put a whole bunch of raw materials, okay, and you tell them to do something with it. Okay, they know they cannot produce a damn thing. They will not know what to do with any of the raw materials. But Yet they're pushing Harry, who, for instance, you put him in the room with those raw materials. Let's say, I don't know, I've seen some stuff on TV where some of those wax contain some sort of a metal. They could turn it and burn it and make it turn into metal and all of that and turn things into something else. Okay? So they know they cannot produce, but yet the person who can produce, they treat him like shit and then they toss him aside. I mean, whatever's coming at them, that's their own making. Because they know for a fact within themselves they were nothing. They just were born in that position. They were just one of those lucky sperm to be in that position. Okay? But whatever's coming at them that's their own doing. And I'm just gonna scoop over. Let Karma does his thing. Okay, these two say no. Okay, I read this. Chuck and Willie love no one but themselves. Harry found real true love and he knows it. Okay, Harry is deeply in love with Meghan. His entire being revolves around her. You can see it in his eyes, his body language. He will do anything to protect the love of his life and keep her happy. Okay, so that's the ad. Let's move on to the next one. Next tweet. Okay, yesterday King Charles was bragging about slamming down the monarchy as a justification to ban his younger son and his family forever. My goodness, those people cannot even stand up. Okay, we do not forget. That's the squad. Okay, Meghan Markle and Prince Harry's eviction from UK home is just the start of King Charles' slam down plan. According to a new report, King Charles plans to eradicate subsidized rent for royals and cut staff. Okay, that was earlier this year, March 24th, 2023, from People magazine. That's all I could say. So if this wasn't much, have they followed through on that plan? Nope. They are calling non-working royals to rescue of their sinking ship. Okay, his monarchy is obviously suffering from weight loss. Chuck Ross bite off more than his dentures could chew. Well, that's his doing. He refused to... Well, the people around him, that's all. The people around him is giving or telling him things that he wants to hear and prop him up. But in reality, the real world still exists. Okay? They giving him advice for self-destruction. This was in the making the minute the king... Not even the minute, even before. It probably could have easily been planned. When the queen was away with her husband, I believe it was South Africa, and then the king died. Okay, close loved one was not near to see him. This is the way that I see it. It never been written anywhere. This is just my humble opinion. Okay, so it probably wasn't a making for a very long time. I understand the king was sick. I believe he smoked a lot and he had cancer or some shit like that. But they speed up the process. They speed up the process and said, okay, well, he's not there. The kid, which is Charles at that time, was young. This is where they need to mold him. So while they were out, they got rid of the king, and then now they trying to rewrite the way things is done in the institution for Queen Elizabeth. And then meanwhile, they're molding Charles to be the nonsense that he is now. And now they're popping him up. Who the hell will believe what the newspaper said is what will make you popular? You don't know it's the freaking thing. You have to, do things for the people. And I mean, the guy, I don't even think he understands his position. Okay, but they put in his head is the tabloid that will make you be loved and all of that. Maybe it did work for some people because the trust that the people give the tabloid. But here come the squad with Princess Diana's help somewhere, I believe, and God's help, and said not in her watch when she went through it. Alright, so it was way after, before the king died. It was in the making to turn Charles the way he is. Okay. Chuck was bite off more than his denture could chew. How is it that the royal family lost 4 members in recent years but need a 45% increase? Who is doing the math? I don't know. It worked. Look, if you put put yourself in their perspective. Okay, they know the ship is sinking, so they spend a lot of money, like it's water. Things go on tree, like money go on tree. So while their ship is sinking, so they're taking as much as they could to, I don't know, where are they gonna go? Because the world right now is not safe anywhere. Where are they gonna go? I don't know. Will they be able to stay in the UK? All right, let's read this and then that's it. Let's read bottom up. Okay, that's an ad. Nope, the truth is he is the king of the few. Can the taxpayers expect a reduction in their contribution? Seems to me King Charles III just want to keep more of the funds for his household. Yeah. All right, they're waking up the almost Walking Dead royal to get to work. He is just a cruel man, is going to regret his own action. The world is watching. Yep. Well, considering the one that do majority of the work are well above retirement age, it just might slim down quicker than he expected. The article headline said just to start, when it's obvious they are not coping with what they got. Shame. All right, so this is why Omid is saying the end game. His book is about the end game. Things is about to be done. All right, next tweet. There's that is that the same thing I put again? Yep, I put it twice, so that's the same thing. Next tweet. All right, so now it's Bulliam. That's a GIF. So now it's Bulliam wants to focus on North America. Canada is one of the biggest Commonwealth countries and a special place for him and his wife since they had their first royal tour as a newly married couple there. Let me guess, the clown wanna go to Vancouver? There's that here, pretend to be shocked. The poor man never tired of defeat. Imagine wasting all that money and time to fly across the ocean to copy and compete with a brother who's not even thinking about you. The head has become the tail because of envy and jealousy. He will get humbled real fast. Yep. And one tweet, old tweet, video that I said, you know, the world will teach him a lesson. Because the institution then teach him to be humble. Alright, so there's that here. I think his advisors continue to lie to him and tell him that his trips are successful rather than the reality, which is in the US, the royals are just celebrities, not global statesmen. Okay, the bubble inside of a bubble inside of another bubble must be really thick because all he has to do is fire up Twitter. I mean, New York City pigeon then even fly by him at Central Park to shit on him. Surely that was a message that should have pierced the bubble. There's the laugh. Boom. What Commonwealth yet? They refuse to host Commonwealth Games. Desperate times, urging them to get back out there and do royal tour. We are waiting in him. Commonwealth. What's that? What's QC? I don't know. Quebec. He should start with our province. Alright. That's an ad. How original of him. Alright. Let's go to the next tweet. Okay. I need to hurry up now. I don't know if this is gonna be two videos. Alright. Next tweet. For real. If Bulliam and his mare want to tour Canada again, I suggest they start with our province. Quebec will grand opening, grand closing that tour real quick. Oh my god. But Essa is something. Quebec will quote grand opening, grand closing that tour real quick. Alright, so that's this year, September 18, 2023. Wow, that was like last month. Quebec is the most anti-monarchy province in Canada by Matthew Renfrew. 63% of Canadians, including 78% of Quebecers, believe that it's time for Canada to reconsider its ties to the British monarchy now that Charles III is king. Okay, we're back in the early 90s when I briefly dated a Canadian who played hockey on a farm team. I learned from him how much the people of Quebec had zero interest in the UK monarchy. Like, they like Diana, they didn't care about anyone else in the firm. Okay, hockey on a farm. I know. I know. Hockey on a farm team. Yes, Quebec likes Diana, some like the Queen, and many like Harry and Meghan here. Okay, so she's from Quebec. Bingo, I cannot see that. Canada will have to do this on behalf of the rest of the Commonwealth. Leave us alone, lol. Okay, my God, do they know anything about us and Canada? Quebec will heckle them. Okay, hope they come here. So she's in Quebec. But the thing is that I was thinking of something. Never mind. I forgot what I was gonna say. If I remember, I'll say it. Next tweet. Okay, Global Prince William realizes you have to have America on your side. That's right, and this is why the rest of the world wants to destroy America, because when you want something to be popular in a way, all right, you have to pass it through the Americans, and then they'll make it popular for you. In some shape or form, not all. Okay, so there's this here: USA wedding boring, USA tour boring. He was so desperate to ended up in a pond, fake to run in Central Park, and yet nobody gave him the attention. At this point, he needs to move on. That's her receipt. All of this here. There's the pun here. Americans don't like people who don't talk to the press, and there's no substance to really okay. They're just a boring middle-aged couple whom we can barely understand. Remember how they did ABC? If they don't remove things about what's the other one? The pedal one, or else they will not have access to William and Kate. That's the answer here. Nobody cares about them in the first place. Okay, yet the bully had, what was it at that time? I believe ABC had a British as the executive or something. Yet the bully has bullied his amazing American sister-in-law out of the Windsor Toxic Institution through 3 of her pregnancies. One of these days, the trashy British tabloid will stop protecting him because the chanting, jealous bully had no moral compass. So there's all of the receipts here. You could pause and read it. Okay, America love their military. They do not take kindly to really being racist and mentally and physically abusive to one of their own. That's that. Okay, there's me here. Poor thing. They flooded his puny brain with big dreams until reality started until reality started to kick in. America, the little people, the one who give thumbs up or down, doesn't give a F about your position, but your abilities. Okay, it's time for him to come out of the closet. I swear, if I show my husband the picture, he probably will say the same thing. The way he says hi. Let's see here. Okay, that's about the only way for him to make an impact on people's attention here. Do tell. Prince of pegging and all of that. And the way he's, holding his hand. What was it? Not too long ago, they were asking him about the most emoji he used. And I think he said that, what was that thing? But anyway, eggplant, the eggplant emojis. All right, next tweet. Let's pause this. The failed drawing attention to the Middletons facing a protest on the same day the royal family updates their website to be kinder to the Sussexes. Okay, I don't know. Maybe it's about the mental health thing that they decided to. Nah, they have their motive anyway. They don't do anything without some intention behind it. Okay, so Henry VIII retweeted that. I think he gave the Welleses a year to see if they will really step up, so that they hadn't, and it's now exploring his options. Okay, I'll go into this. I don't know what this is all about. It's through those tweets I get to know what the other side is talking about. I don't follow the tabloid or the institution, none of that. There's me here. These people operate on tactic. Nothing is genuine. There's always a motive behind everything. All right, that's not new. There's that. That website update is not new. I'm confused as to why everyone's commenting on it. It's been like that since they stepped down. The only thing that changed was when Chucky came to the throne. The change queen to king. Why is everyone making a big deal out of it? That family is so incongruous. Clear sign of desperation. Understand, Harry will never change his family, his peace of mind, and his happiness to return to a sixth circle of envy, jealousy, and lies is too late. The time to act and apologize never came. Too late. That's true. William should divorce Kate, step away as heir and get a life. He doesn't have to be king. It's a tradition, and tradition should be changed if they control your life. I mean, what can he do outside of the institution? He doesn't have any skills. I don't know, and he's so lazy. So I don't know. And then in terms of divorce, you don't tell anybody to divorce, okay? We may not like his personality and the way he treated Meghan, but when you think of things, there's children involved. I mean, I don't condone if there's physical or abusive in a relation, then that's different, okay? But we don't know. We are outside looking in, okay? We do not know. We could assume. But the thing is that there's children involved. We don't just tell people to get a divorce. Hopefully they find a way to resolve their issues and make things work for the sake of their children, because that cycle most likely will repeat again. Okay, changing the narrative again. This time they can't come with anything negative. They sent us on a wild goose chase trying to understand their motive. This infighting is delicious. That website is same since long time. I don't know, maybe people are noticing it now. I don't know, who knows and who cares. All right, let's go to the next tweet. But the squad are making the derangers aware that, you know, Meghan's titles for all of the nonsense they keep on saying. Next tweet. The people who insist, oh, I did say I wanted to go to the other thing. Can I see it? Okay, I did say I want to go into this. Let's see what this is all about. All right, so it started from here. Okay, it started. All right, so I cannot see this one. I think he gave the Wellses a year to see if they will really step up, saw that they hadn't, and is now exploring his option. Okay, Commonwealth countries are raising question. Jamaica is already out the door, and Jamaica is still in the Commonwealth. Did they do anything different that I'm not aware of? I'm not aware of anything about Jamaica. All right, they're thinking about it. That I'm aware of, but out, I'm not sure. Commonwealth countries are raising questions. Jamaica is already out the door, and others will follow shortly. It's Barbados that's out. Okay, they underestimate Harry and Meghan, and now it's backfiring. Yep. Okay, delusion spring eternal. Okay. He doesn't have any option. He made his decision when he leaked the Sussexes location and took their security. All right, Charles can be ruthless when he wants to be. May this return to him. Whatever he feels others should go through, may he experience it. Okay, I agree with your way of thinking. Maybe that is why William and Kate are so fast and furious with copying everything the Sussexes do and wear. Okay, it will take an act of parliament to get Will out of the succession, and maybe it still will be possible. Charles has no option unless he has photos or something, and frankly, engage and blackmail. Well, what those men in gray suit is trying to get is to abolish the monarchy. We may not see it. I've been saying this a very long time. They advising them into failure. Okay, so they want the people to do that for them. Okay, nobody wants to take the blame for that, but they want the people to do that for them, to abolish the monarchy. Okay, and he took their primary UK residence, which they privately funded. So yeah, great planning there, Gramps. Okay, he just changed word queen to king. The rest has always been since they left, except children being called prince and princess. All right, so let's go to the next tweet. All right, so that's the next tweet. Okay, the people who insist that Harry and Meghan are over-exaggerating the threat from paparazzi, having curbs and cutting off traffic are the same people who will be calling for Harry and Meghan's head if a bystander were injured or killed. All right, so there was an accident that happened. Was it this year or last year? That one of the motorcade or motorcycle or police, something like that. That was during when, what's her name? This Ford Fiesta was out doing something. Okay, somebody got killed. You don't hear a damn thing about it. I may have mentioned it in one of my videos. It's embedded in within. It didn't make that much noise, but I did let some of you aware of it. Okay, not to mention the absolute staggering lack of empathy for a man who lost his mother as she was being chased by paparazzi. Okay, let's read this. What's in there? Not saying he is, but if anyone has a right to overreact to the paparazzi. Years ago, during the uproar after Diana's death, some members of her family implored people, if they really wanted to honor her, to never read any trash publication or Inquirer-style journalism, the kind of a crap you see in grocery stores checkout line, and I never have to this day. Okay, I don't know what this is. Okay, so there's that. So there's this. Exactly. While accident caused by Earth's travels or play down and hush up ASAP. So this is the part where some of the things, the other voyels, crash that happen, and then you don't hear too much about it. Okay? If you could read it. Pause your screen and read it. And I think it's on my community board as well. I did put this on my community board. Okay? Okay, so let's finish reading and then move to the next one. There was an unmarked SUV intelligent and Meghan and Harry's previous New York City escort. Clearly, the NYPD debrief saw things differently from the Meghan and Harry detractors, hence the beefed up escort this time around. No major wants Paris 2.0 in their city. Perhaps had better get used to the beefed up escort. Yeah, not a peep out of them with Ford Fiesta's incidents where tragically a grandmother died attempting to cross the road. Okay, that's not happening over here. They are not that high on the US celebrity list. They are celebrities and no doubt need protection, but they are not that popular here. Okay, they're not, but look what happened in New York when they went to do that thing. I cannot see this. So let's move to the next one. I'm almost done. How many more do I have? I have 3 more. Okay, so I'm already an hour. Out of nowhere, I just started laughing and my husband was like, what are you laughing about? I've never seen an attractive person hate Meghan Markle. Very telling if you ask me. There's this part here. Laughing my ass off. This blow up. I'm muting this now. If you're mad, be mad at yourself for being ugly. This is what the thing that got me laughing. Okay, you may be onto something. There's that. Bullseye. Damn, I wonder why I love her. I'm ugly and I don't hate her. So what's the formula for Uggs? Ha ha ha. So true. Okay, which explains the reason behind their hate, jealousy, negative envy. A jealous or envious nature equals an ugly heart, which equals an ugly person. Okay, so let's move to the next one. Next tweet. I don't know. The first time that I read it, I was laughing. Next tweet. There's this. Oh my god, this is so cute. Where's the pause? Okay. Since Archie is trending on my timeline, I've decided to make it about Prince Archie. 29 seconds. Oh my god, I love this. This kid have so, look at his trap, meaning his shoulders. He's already buff. What happened now? Alright, so let's play it. Let's move it back. What the hell is going on?
I gotta do this foot, Mama, because I believe you.
He doesn't care about
I gotta do this foot.
You got a dirty foot. Papa is a bird watcher, so this is a really big moment for him.
Look at, he's trying to put in his word, but Harry keeps on talking. It's like, I got a dirty foot. I did a video on that as well. Okay, go on PYTE. I did a music video about that. Carefree Archie's dirty foot. There's a laugh. I so want to make a dirty foot campaign, jokingly. Archie is like, I don't care about those hummingbirds. I've got a dirty foot. This video on loop, I could watch forever. Okay, he's so sweet. Little man has grown. He's probably doing his own thing. His parents won't give us any update till he is in grade school. There's that. There's this. Love it. This always brings a smile to my face. There's that. So cute American accent. I know, right? Those crowd or something. Alright, so I'm done with the royals. I'm a little bit more into somewhat politics, kind of. Alright, let's listen to this. I'll try not to read too much of the comments so I could finish up. Alright. Okay, I put this on my community board. as a screenshot, but not the video. Okay, BBC backtracking on its propaganda. The BBC admits that it misled the public about pro-Palestinian demonstration in the UK. All right, 23 seconds. Let's listen.
Now, before we go, earlier on BBC News, we reported on some of the pro-Palestinian demonstrations at the weekend. We spoke about several demonstrations across Britain during which people voiced their backing for Hamas. We accept that this was poorly phrased and was a misleading description of the pro-Palestinian demonstrations. Now, here's the weather. Now, before we go...
And now, here's the weather. You know, get that out of the way. Okay, let's see here. Whatever's there, let's see here. They knew exactly what they were doing. They and many others are attempting to equate all Palestinian with Hamas. Yeah. Oh, my next video is gonna say that as well. Made reference to that. Deeply ashamed of the EU and US, Biden was caught out being deeply immoral, and everyone in America media were being so deeply evil. And I'm watching a favorite account being silent and claiming they don't know enough to speak up for Palestinian. Bizarre, shameful. There's a video I put out yesterday. Now it's 12 a.m. Okay, I put videos out of different demonstration that was going on around the US. Did I have other countries? But I think it was mostly the US. And some other videos that I came across that explain the support of those mainstream medias for Israel. So watch that and make your own judgment. I'm not telling anybody to feel anything about anything. Okay, I just want, you know, what's going on. My only mistake is at the beginning of this year, there were a lot of things that were happening. The raw, the instigating, the pushing or going and disturbing the lives of the Palestinian. I wish I had shown this. But now that we are here, whatever I feel that is somewhat decent to share with you, I will share them with you. You make your own judgment. Okay? But it is unfair to see people are instigating. If you want peace, you're not going to instigate something. Instead, you come to the table and said, this is what I want, da, da, da. But you instigating the people, the civilians who's trying to move on with their lives. All right? So... and then you have all of this. All right, so where was I? Okay, I finished with this. Okay, people are standing up and the truth is coming out. Shit is about to fly off the ceiling. Okay, all they do is lie. Okay, so let's move on to the next one. There's more comments, but I don't want to go too deep in it. So this is the next one here. Now,
thank you.
Okay. I don't know how real this is. Again, make your own judgment. If you are watching this on CNN Live, maybe you could tell. So I'm seeing this on the internet, so I do not know. Okay, so this is my disclaimer. If it is true, that's pure evil. All right, so there's a person said evil here. Okay, I tried to correct you. That's a quote here. I tried to correct you. The war is not just with Hamas. The war is with all the civilians. How is it civilians part of a war? If this is true, Israel soldier Betzal Taja is giving space to correct a CNN presenter that Israel's war in Gaza is in fact against civilians. Quote, the war is not just with Hamas, the war is with all the civilians. So they pretty much wants to exterminate them. My God. Why? I mean, if this is true, okay, if this is true, this is why those people don't want to teach history. They should have known. They went through something like this and they're doing that to another group. Of all people, they should be the one to understand how it is to do this kind of travesty onto other group. All right, so let's listen. It's only 13 seconds. Again, I do not know how truth this is. And by the way, let's put another disclaimer. Not all jurists are for this. Many of them are speaking out, especially in the video that I put out yesterday, where some Jews are speaking out, saying not on their names. They're not part of this, what Israel is doing to Palestinians. Okay, so I just want to put that disclaimer as well, based on things that I'm aware of. Okay, I cannot speak on things that I don't know. Okay, so let's listen. 13 seconds.
I tried to correct you to the answer. The war is not just with Hamas. the war with all the civilians. That
wow.
I tried to correct you.
It's playing again. The war is with the civilians. How the hell? All right. Okay, good. No more comment after this. All right. I don't want to go into this to go into much detail. Okay, so let's do a prayer. Prayer for peace on earth, I guess. Let's do that. That's all we need. O Lord God Almighty, may there be peace in celestial regions. May there be peace on earth. May the waters be appeasing. May herbs be wholesome. And may trees and plants bring peace to all. Okay, I'm just gonna leave it as that because so much can be said. Alright, please take a moment to subscribe, like, and share. If you want to support this channel, there's a PayPal link and a Cash App link in the description. You could donate. Those who have donated, thank you. So this is the video that I was just making reference to. Okay, that has all the the protests, and this video itself, this lady explained the things with the journalism, things that's going, in Western world, why they sort of team up to conceal the truth. All right, so go watch it. And I made sure not to monetize it. Okay, I'll show you. It's not monetized. Okay, it's off. I took the monetization off. Okay, so just to keep you, I just wanted the information out. All right, so that's it. Thank you for your support.